Let's go.
Well, I'm not sure how hot can Vikendi be because Vikendi is real cold here. So of course, this is the second official match today. And the teams will go in. And of course, thank you so much, featured players here. And just look at the numbers. iShots leading the charts here in terms of total damage as well as kills. 8,000. Wow.
Is that the second highest? We do know Yuhai is the highest for now.
Yeah, at this point, I think Yuhai is still the highest for now. Still, 33, again, impressive stats all around. But let's have a look at the map here. And again, thank you to our observers for catching all the action for us here today. Zai was still waiting for it. Once you hit that 100 games observed mark, we'll shout you out when that happens. But let's look at the flight path so far. Very neutral, right cut across perfectly in the center.
Yep, right smack in the center, but then that may also mean the circle may be unkind. Normally, we do see most of the circles, they go away from the flight path. We have seen some on the flight path as well, but...
This one is on top of it, so it's pretty A-okay. I think it will probably enter around... Goroka is one of the hot spots, maybe between them, or maybe even Cosmodrome. A little bit south of it, usual, around just on the upper part of Port Vostok. But back to the circle cloud, like you said, it's not really contradicting, but at the same time, so many teams actually on the south part of the map.
Let's have a look here because again, Tone Wow has control over this. Has control over this particular town. Volky is all by himself. It looks like he's split up from the rest of the team to kind of get some information of what's going on. He is going to load out a little bit, but my guess is that he needs to regroup with the team at a certain point because I don't think he wants to take a fight against a full squad of Tone Wow.
Well, maybe he can clutch it out. Who knows?
Ooh, that's a big ass.
That a big dream there is, but it's not impossible. We've seen a couple of teams actually done it before, but Rose Esports, they have to share with Impunity this time. They are not actually getting themselves this compound by their own. We do know that things always hope. We always hope the best for Rose Syndicate, but they just happen to have bomb into other teams except for Erangel, because we know Erangel, they kind of mark themselves in Severny. Nobody dropped by Severny, but here it's just not well for them always.
Yeah, absolutely agree. There's always something with Miss Rose Esports and the way that they drop the location, it's always with someone else. It's just so unfortunate. But I'm not sure if they do know that Impunity is in the compound. They seem to be happy to take, but look at this. They are going up the floors now. Vex may just spot them. It may not be too long. Now they're just spiraling around the stairs and they may see each other soon.
Yep, they secure themselves, and now the first one goes up. It's going to be the first initial knockdown. Vex is going to hop on down, hopefully finding himself enough position, but he still is holding that UMP. He sees the next one. Unfortunately, the Micro Uzi is going to be winning him out on this particular bout. He's going to get killed, securing themselves a single kill. All right, not too bad, but Impunity trying to make another push for it. Micro Uzis for the win.
Oh, there you go. Who needs the other weapons? Like we said, UMP is forgotten totally. But back to Rose Esports Syndicate, they have Molotov in hand. And the rest of Impunity kind of a bit late when it comes to backing up the rest of the team. So only 2 men left, Jaeger and Gudujeli here. They got one knock before, but a little bit too late to rush it in for Impunity. Jaeger, on the other hand, already tossed that Molotov in, but won't barbecue anybody yet.
Are you guys serious? You're still in the compound. It's 2 against 4. You might as well make a run for it while you still can, while Miss Rose Esports is still in the building. But then again, now they do know, but looks like Jojo will be knocked down, but there are still other team members of Miss Rose Esports. Now Jaeger goes in with the Uzi. He needs to reload, switches over to his another gun, and now Jaeger looks like he will go down as well, and not looking good for Impunity. First one to go out, sent back to the lobby. Oh man, it's just heartbreaking.
I think it was less than 1 minute just now.
Yeah.
And the moment he tried to switch to the G36C, it was taking him a little bit too long at that.
I guess, I mean, there could have been certain places that it could have been played better. However, I think, you know, the real deal is that 2 of their members had already been taken out. If they want to try a clutch a 2v4 situation, they're going to need, you know, some kind of advantage or some kind of information on the enemy team to make it work out. However, they just weren't able to clutch this one. Impunity is going to be the first to knock out. Let's look at the circle currently in the positions where all the other teams are for now. Middle of the circle, H2O as well as Traitors. Traitors kind of between Coal Mine and as well as one of their scouts, Vertex, at Cosmodrome, with Olaf on the other side of Cosmodrome. That's a very wide spread.
But look at Bapak. I don't think they will cut straight throughout the map to get into the circle. They will usually take a longer route around there somewhere, but they might gonna bump into Rose Esports if they go through Dino Park. But Volnova, probably one of the spots there. Double Meso, on the other hand, is access. They're likely to have to cut through that. Team Secret is really in between their way. They have to just pass through Team Secret.
Yep, not one of those teams that you want to bump into early on. And Dingoz as well, they may go through Cement Factory, but then again, Sinbi and Team is there. Although Team NoRecoil, they're quite spread around though. Only Sinbi is there. If they do bump into Sinbi, they do have the numbers to take him out. But again, Sinbi being that scout on the other edge of the circle, he may want to rejoin with this team when he sees anyone.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they want to go for such a wide spread. It looks like a lot of teams are trying to control as much area as possible and look for just purely information, especially in a medium-sized map. It's definitely not a sandhawk, but it's just wide enough for you to look to play for landscapes as well as vehicles.
Maybe they just try to get information for Team NoRecoil just now spanning out like
fair.
that. So that's quite decent play. But thing is, if you can hold your position and you are going one-man solo all the way, making sure you meet halfway, that's where individual skills is actually most important at that point. But back to Bigetron here around Mount Kresnik, if I'm not mistaken, they are trying to get their loot stocked up for the time being. H2O is actually around the corner, but I'm not sure which part. I don't think they will bomb into that much of team set for H2O for now. Yep, there you go.
Yep, and H2O in this compound all to themselves, but BTR is not far away. BTR can still go to this area and probably try to challenge H2O for the location, or if they're just unsuspecting, they could probably bump into H2O and H2O could have the preemptive strike. So either of this could happen, but looks like from what we can see on screen right now, Hydra looks like he's going to another location, so it's very unlikely that we may see a fight.
And I do see Boyka is not playing today, mind that.
That is a good call, but it's kind of hard to say because, again, I feel like these teams are becoming more and more aggressive. I would feel like they're a little more inclined to taking full firefights, but it is still phase 1. It is very early on into the game, so all right, it's fair enough to decide, you know what, maybe we need to save our resources for later on where we get better landscapes in a better position. Maybe steal a couple of kills. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Probably, but back to Exist Esports and Traitor, they are safe and sound for now. Nobody is actually engaging just yet. But the same goes for H2O. They kind of being visited a bit by one of those teams just now. If I'm not mistaken, it's Bigetron. And luckily they didn't engage, but on the other side of Team Secret, they have been hopping from one compound to another, trying to flush everybody out. So that is one of the team that should watch out. You don't want to be complacent in one spot and not doing at all. So the thing is, you need to keep on moving because it's a very small map.
That is a very fair part. Ooh, Super 90 taking a little bit, couple of shots from DivinityEsports' scout there. Looks like he's going to turn around to kind of maybe get a better look and call in the rest of the cavalry to kind of take them out. However, Bapak on this side of the map, again, everyone is just looking to rotate. They aren't committed to any particular fights just yet, but I can hear the in-game sound. The shots are being fired. Just where is it coming from?
Oh, it's just across. Bapak they are trying to rotate around. Might not want to take those shots immediately, but look at this. Looks like some shots are being fired here. Team Secret, Matoy, all in front. Yuhai, all low right now. Pendit may just throw the grenade. Yuhai needs to get out of there. Oh, onto Yuhai. Yuhai is now down to 10% of health. And looks like Tone Wild Esports on the other side. Pendit as well. And now we do see eye shots from the other side. Pendit tries to get the kill, try to go surround, come from behind. You need to do it fast, dude. You need to do it fast. But then again, reload needs to come in at the same time. Shots being fired, does not connect. And everyone is still a stalemate.
Yuhai and Mate are the fraggers for the team, and the rest of the eye shots as well as Biu is actually from the sides flanks. They're trying to rush in a little bit late, but he still made it on time.
Oh.
That peg just now clip handed straight on headshots. Couple of taps is more than enough to knock him down. Yuhai on the other hand is really in the need to just heal himself for the last minute. Molotov has been thrown, eye shots already clipped onto his micro Uzi, trying to rush in for the rest of well. 7 Up is joining in from the back as well, trying to get from flanks. Riz on the other end, trying to help his friend, but return back damage on Riz there. quite a lot of HP being clipped.
Yep, and now they're going to go straight into close quarter combat here. A couple of them do have micro Uzi, so there is an opportunity. However, wow, controlling the second level, making sure that stairs is completely secured. But this gives Team Secret an opportunity. Bapak coming in from the backline. This is going to be a complete cluster fight here as iShots does take down Bar. 6 holding his position, trying to play around the barrels. This is a great opportunity for WoW. However, WoW doesn't want to capitalize. He's showing himself, but they don't want to look down and take them out for the count. Team Secret, on the other hand, Yuhai is going to be the next one to fall. Pew Pew. This is so bad as they are being surrounded from every angle possible.
Oh, Wow Esports, now they are surrounded. They are locked down in the next floor. They will need to get out of here quickly, but at the same time, Bart is in trouble. Jenny and Trixity, they do see Bart there, but then Bart may go down, but just at 10% more. But how long can Bart last? He will need to crawl back to his teammates. At the same time, we do see Bilbil looking at the grenade, launches it all out. Bilbil, looks like a shot onto Bilbil. Bilbil is now down to about 20% of life, and now will they go for the rush on the next floor? We do see Yuhai here trying to go in with the rush, but again, there's smokes there. Again, Yuhai, they turn to the right, but then nothing connects at this point.
And now just joining in is Resurgence. Wow, on the other end of our is around the corner. They managed to find it in the smoke. There's got one whole team down for WoW. Already waiting up in the lobby, but now it's down to the ones that have been clipped in the middle. Team Secret really is stuck with Bapak out on the side. Resurgence might take this advantage to their hands. Bapak on the other side really regretted with that decision. They lost 2 men, a lot of casualties. Half of the team is down, but Resurgence saw what has been happening around that. Divinity might just join in the fray too.
Yep, and now Resurgence making a decision. It's like, do we go for this? I'm not entirely sure. Bapak have retreated on the other side. However, Team Secret still, I'm surprised that they didn't take any casualties in the fight when Bapak decided to go for a very aggressive push. Instead, they get punished. Let's look at the top side towards Kresnik here. Wow, Mount Kresnik is actually a lot more crowded than I thought.
Oh, it's a mountain that everybody wants to climb right now because it's really smacks in the middle of the safe zone. While Divinity just now, we saw how Resurgence just across the map, just across that hill actually. And there's also Team Secret. I'm surprised like you are and you were, because apparently they were the one who were being rushed from the back then, but they didn't get any casualty. Instead, they punished straight on 6, the one who falls down first. Resurgence is going across the map, across the street against Team Secret. Yuhai knocked one down. The rest of the team quite far behind for Team Secret. They're trying to give a hand here.
Oh yeah, that looks like they're going to U-turn onto Yuhai. Definitely they need to save it, but at the same time, Small Boy looks like he will go in. Will he make it in time? Will he get that kill? Small Boy parks the car, jumps out of the car, but looks like Biu comes to save Matoy at the same time. Looks like he's going to go for the revive onto Yuhai. Yuhai will be revived by Matoy, but at the same time, Biu is being the bait. We'll need to fend them off for that moment. But on the other side, we do see Y2K and the rest of Resurgence just coming in. Y2K managed to take one down, and now they will need to fend it off. Biu is still standing for his team there. Yuhai has been knocked down, still cannot get up yet. Biu is in trouble now. Biu will be knocked down. iShots coming from the other side, trying to get it on up, but again, iShots is low. iShots is down, and Team Secret is sent right to the lobby.
Y2K was last clip on his HP, literally 5% left, but they didn't finish him off for Biu. Instead, iShots was a little bit too late when he comes in, and he was out in the open only with 1 tree to work with. I don't think he can hide himself out because Resurgence already ready for that coming in from iShots.
Absolutely, and you can almost literally hear, well, unfortunately, it could have been a little bit louder if we were on the other side of the stage, but Resurgence super happy with taking out Team Secret there overall, so congratulations to them, because previously it was Team Secret that took them out, so a little bit of revenge for last game, and a little bit of a better performance this time around.
Sweet revenge. What best it is when it comes to like Battle Royale, just get it back at them. I don't know, is it karma or really just something rivalry going on? But back to Bigetron, Mount Kresnik, like you say, overpopulated with so many colors here. We have green, we have blue, we have orange, and which is Rose Esport against Bigetron. Maybe Team NoRecoil want to join in as well, coming up from Cosmodrome down to Mount Kresnik.
Yep, everyone is in the circle at this point. No one playing from the outer circle. And no gatekeeping as well. We do see most of them try to get into the middle of the circle where H2O is at. Again, the circle is kind of Singaporean friends. H2O as well as Divinity, they are still within the circle, hanging on to the mountain area it's now on other teams now. Tara, on the other hand, they need to get into the circle, but no gatekeeping is happening. They may bump into BTR, but that's a bit unlikely. But they may bump into Axis, which is on their left side.
You say Singaporean team mostly are actually inside of circle, right?
Yeah.
So I can assume they kiss Mato's hands every single one.
There you go. In fact, to be fair, Divinity is next to Team Secret.
You know, it's highly accessible from their side. Just saying. Mata, all he's got to do is just be like, boys, and stick his fingers just across the table.
I'm your godfather or something like that. There you
Kiss
go.
the ring, kiss the ring.
His show arts. Okay, this is just an okay because we've seen higher than this. It's like I'm not impressed, but pretty decent one coming up from H2O. They haven't got themselves that much of opportunity when it comes to landing shots there and always being ambushed. But this time around, they are doing okay.
For now, again, they need to make it within at least the top 10 to do a much better performance from their last week so far, as H2O now playing a very dangerous game. They're right smack in the middle of the map on top of the mount in this little town here. And Bigetron, I think they have a pretty decent idea of where they are. And because of that little wall there, it might allow Bigetron to go for side angles as well. Because, again, we know that Bigetron loves to go for those rushes. They rush in, guns blazing, micro Uzis at their sides. Usually, I would say 70% of the time, they are successful with it.
Well, in terms of close range combats, I have to totally agree. But some teams, for example, they are kind of nervous when it comes to close range or close quarters combat. Maybe if Bigetron can clutch this one out, there's also Divinity, mind you, that they might actually taken up the opportunity if they can. So there's a lot of three-way wars we've been watching for about like Bapak with Team Secret just now, who happens to be punished straight on. That's really unfortunate for them. Like the thought that they have is like, oh, they are too awkward against each other. We just make taking up the bait here, like just go for it. But apparently, Team Secret is very alert and aware of their presence.
Correct. And now looks like these two teams, they are locked down in the mountain areas. They will be respecting each other for now. But turning over to RSG as well as Divinity, they are very close to each other. RSG actually doing quite well here, quite decent. And now with the bird's eye view, we do see a lot of team really smack right in the middle of the mountain. Still Tara making their way into the circle at this point. On the northern side, everyone is in. Try to get as close as possible. So looks like the closest that we may see is Resurgence with Divinity as well as Tara and Axis. They may meet up with each other soon.
Can we conclude the fact that if you want to be safe and you know you want to actually survive till the 10th place, for example, just drop on the north side of the map. Basically, nobody drops on the north side of the map.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that. Cosmodrome is kind of wide open there, but let's have a look back at the current situation between Bigetron as well as H2O, who's currently controlling the small little town right atop of the hill of Mount Kresnik so far. Bigetron still a little careful because there are 12 teams still out in the wild. They don't want to... I don't want to say it happens often, but there are moments where when they go for the rush, they do get counter-pushed as well.
Awkward.
So I think that's, a little awkward.
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen twice in a game today. Bigetron, on the other hand, really moving closely against H2O. We have FV will not beatable for now because nobody's actually fighting them except for Nat, and there's also Team NoRecoil might get a go against Nat. That's a nice throw of Nate, but I don't think it's gonna clip anybody just yet. But we do see Divinity marching right up into Mount Kresnik now, so maybe it will be another three-way war here.
Yeah, they're trying to find out where H2O is, try to flush them out because they need to get past H2O. Even if they don't secure this compound, they need to get past H2O just to get nearer into the middle of the circle where it's safer. H2O, as we all know, unfortunately, they are not really good with close quarters combat and they're up against Bigetron, so that's not really good news for them. We do see here Bigetron, they are taking a stance here, 3 hanging on behind and 1 just trying to be the bait just to see if H2O want to take that preemptive shots and show themselves.
Speaking of which, this is now becoming, instead of a 3-way war, into a 4-way.
Probably 5.
I would call it a fatal 5-way if it does end up like that.
Ooh,
but
okay.
Tara,
Wow.
down on the southern side of the map with Axis on the western side of the map, slowly making their way up to the peak. Like, you can see Liren, he's scouting out and he's like a little nervous about this. Like, I don't know about this, guys. Maybe you might want to bring the vehicle around. We might need a quick escape if this goes down the gutter.
Yeah, the structures up there is actually quite hard to play with, especially with so many stones up on the hill here. Can actually give a more advantage side on the side of, for example, here H2O, probably Bigetron as well, because they can actually pick those actually trying to climb on the mountain. So they have more time to actually scope and get the visualization on them and even pass the information back to the team. Resurgence, on the other hand, still camping that one out. They don't want to rush in or flush anybody out just yet. Juggernaut is trying to scout for the team, but I don't know. It's kind of hard. You see how clumped up they are for H2O and Bigetron, literally just standing next to each other.
Yeah, it's really tough for Divinity at this point because there are two other teams on the other side. H2O can just turn around and say, hey, it's Divinity, do we want to take the fight there? BTR can take the advantage. And at the same time, if they take advantage of BTR, do Divinity want to go for it? That's all those dilemma. I think it's a little bit tough considering that there are 12 more teams there. And now the circle. Oh man, someone really has killed Mud Toy's hand from the side of Divinity. How is this possible? From the start till the end, they are safe within the circle.
Even H2O. So basically, the Singaporeans really did some tribute to Matoy or the circles. The God Circle, I don't know.
They have to be paying tribute to Matoy or something because he is giving his blessing all around. But you know, I have to kind of admit that Dingoz have been really happy on the flip side of these circles because every time it feels like, oh, it's a little bit away from the Dingoz, somehow the circles today favor them again.
Maybe that's how, like, they know how to read the circles now, the pattern. Probably that prediction just, I don't know, it's not just about luck, this kind of stuff, you know. You have to actually read the probability of the circle, but there you go. Now I'm just charged right in. It was close. He's just gonna cancel. No. There's too many people here. So that's a great information he's passing on to the team and making sure he didn't die. Him beyond the other hand, managed to just spray so many FV who out in the open only have that dice here and stone structure to work with. They're gonna rush in for the rest of Team Rico already joined in from the side of the flank here, throwing out the nades for Grim. Grim and the rest of the team are kind of clumped up here. They have nowhere to go. Seaward on the other hand, there goes the spray on Micro Uzi. Just pinned down. FV out of the game. And that's just Team NoRecoil stomping them. No coming back for FV anymore.
Looks like they want to go a little bit more silent here. They've taken out the northern teams. However, back down to the big Royal Rumble here as finally they're going all in as Bigetron go for the rush onto Divinity as they, onto Divinity right at their backs. Tara, however, Impact is on fire. He needs to quickly apply the bandages before he goes down. Everybody is so low. Juggernaut is down, however. So again, one member is knocked down. Bigetron holding some high ground. Kevin there with some great overwatch protecting the team. However, they're not the only ones who want a piece of this as Miss Rose Syndicate coming in from the northwestern side of Mount. This is an absolutely insane bout.
Absolutely insane indeed. Everyone joining out the party, but then again, Naim managed to get a preemptive strike onto Omar. Omar will be sent back to the lobby, and now Naim is out in the open, only has the smokes to help him. And now Zolly is just waiting right in between, all around, surrounded by Divinity. How is he going to get out of this? Trixie moves into the smoke, but they don't know that Zolly is there. Oh no, if only they have our view right here, they will be kicking themselves if they don't take out Zolly.
Oh, now the rest of Rose Esport are pressured by the blue. They are nowhere to go up, but Conspire is actually on their knees. Zolly is still hiding in the smoke. Nobody noticed Zolly inside. This guy is playing super sneaky. Nobody can smell it out, but Impact is actually caught out here by Bigetron. Trix tried to revive, but there's still 9 on the side. Tara will join soon too, but there he goes. Zolly's just next to Trix. Trix tried to aim for 9, but again, caught. That's how their whole team being wiped. Too focused on one angle, kind of forgot the others. They're actually not covered by anybody.
But this isn't over yet. They did suffer one casualty from the side of Bigetron, but Net is nearby, as well as H2O, who do have the high ground. They moved out, they switched places, and now they are just holding their current position because they know for a fact if Bigetron decides to walk out and go for a push, they will be walking into a bullet storm of fire.
Oh, the most anime named person in this game, Kagura, tries to get a high ground shot, but again, does not able to see anyone. YKV from another angle tries to blow up the vehicle. Jojo just behind the wall, try to hide from all those shots. Pengu trying to find the right angle from top of this stone. Looks like it's going to be very difficult because everyone is on a pin down. Everyone is being pinned down towards their side. But then again, on to Fateh. Fateh tries to jump away. But then again, those shots do connect a little bit. Managed to reach Jojo. And he will need to reset himself.
He doesn't have that much structure to work with unless that wall separates them with the rest of teams that are actually around them, cornered. This is really a predicament for H2O. They got themselves really stuck up and might just gonna advance it. But Rose Syndicate is more in a dire position because they don't have that much space to work with. Look at that, Bigetron is right in front of him, Team NoRecoil as well. But Resurgence is out. I saw the last grenade being thrown at them just now, finish off everybody else. Tara, on the other hand, is actually engaging against Bapak.
Bapak is eliminated as well. Oh my goodness, Team NoRecoil might be able to pull this off with their first winner chicken dinner of the league.
Oh,
but now Sully, he's hiding right behind the floorboards here, hoping. Oh, he does see him. He sees him right across, and he takes him out straight away. That is super unfortunate.
He's so sneaky. You saw how he did it. He pulled it off inside of a compound just now, and now he did the same thing. Everybody falls into his trap just now. Rose Esports Syndicates have to place themselves at 7 points, quite decent, but look at Kagura, H2O. This team is going great. They got predictions right, and this time they landed shots and going aggressive and try to push up their stats and blown up everybody's head here. Look at that, tossing that Nick going straight into Tara's compound territory. It's been Mama, but no different directions going in. What was he thinking? Aiming in the wrong direction all the way. Pengu tried to help its friend from the side of a flank, but they don't have enough manpower. It's 2 versus 4, and there's also net behind their backs.
Oh no, what were they doing? Kagura goes out as well, and now it's only Pengu left for Team H2O. They were just right in front of him, but unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened. Now Pengu tried to take the long range shot onto Tara. Tara now, looks like Muppin will be knocked down, but again, there is one more team member from Tara. Pengu tries to go in, tries to find the angle, but then again, in the smoke does help. Lynx is also on one side as well, so Pengu will need to find the right angle, right moment before he goes in.
Oh my goodness, H2O coming in, especially when they wanted to go for that push against Tara there. I felt like there was that moment of hesitation. Where does the smoke actually end? And the moment he came out of the smoke, it was like, oh, that's right here. It's too late. I'm down.
I thought he knew where he was going because the way he actually throws the smoke just now, taught it. He was looking at the right side and the left. Well, I thought he knew. Apparently he didn't. He just going blind a bit. But I kind of get the idea that they were there, but not exactly their position. But back to Pengu. He is trying to survive as long as he can. We have Nat just making sure that they keep him on tab here. We do have Bigetron behind Nat. So who caught who first? That's the question. Who's the bigger fish and who's actually playing the small part?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Who's who first? Because that's a question that Pengu needs to answer as well. Lynx just right in front of him, but I don't think he will want to take the shot at this point. He may want to hang on for that positioning point because he is all alone. But then again, the blue circle is not kind to him. Oh, shots go out by Pengu. Pengu does connect the shots. Liren now is in trouble. Pengu as well because the shots will be on to Pengu, and Pengu will be out of this match.
Pengu whiffs his opportunity to get the knockdown here. Great trigger discipline overall. He was looking for the last straggler, so he knows that that side, the right side of the area is fine. However, let's look over to Ned as they slowly rotate around. TNC, Team NoRecoil, is still sitting up strong. Bigetron is the next to be eliminated here. Ned, oh my goodness, the sister teams have finally met.
Oh, Tara trying to advance against so many teams. They have Nat and there's also Dingoz again here on the last few circles. Tara Liren trying to land the shots, but kind of a long shot, but they managed to get Samzy. Nat is out from the game, now down to top 3. We're looking at full man squad here, but Tara still going for Dingoz all the way. There's also Team NoRecoil. Finally, will they get themselves their first chicken dinner? Tara managed to Molotov just now. Dingoz the only one man surviving. Just outskirts of the Mount Kresnik and not inside the circle. Everybody trying to get in, but Team NoRecoil for the first time ever, I'm looking them at top 3.
Oh, they do have the numbers there and 5 kills as well. And Team NoRecoil sitting in the face of the Mesa, but looks like they managed to take down Tara, Larian there. And looks like Tara is in trouble there. Larian will be sent back to the lobby, and now it is, they have the numbers. They have 4 versus 1 versus 1. Muffin on the side of Sinbi here. He knows Mafia is just behind the tree that the circle will close in about 15 seconds. Sinbi looks like he may want to go for the aggression. Insomnus is going as well and looks like managed to take that one.
Oh, looks like Tara's gonna be it. This is the last one. Team NoRecoil, this is your game to win. Dingoz gets the initial run onto subs. However, this is revealed Marcel's position as the spray confirms the kill. Team NoRecoil take their first winner chicken dinner of PMPL.
We can hear them screaming of joy just now as they actually really cherish their first ever chicken dinner. We have been waiting for them to get themselves landed or first chicken dinner. They have been maintaining a lot in terms of their kill scores. They are actually on the first page of overall standings, but never ever they got themselves the chicken dinner at all. You saw them on last Sunday. They were doing great in the positioning, always the top 10, always the top 5, get a lot of kills, never chicken dinner, and finally got themselves one.
Oh yeah, they'll be so relieved to finally get that chicken dinner, to finally get that one up. Oh